We lived this in agony in 2021 and 2022.
We did?
Yes.
What was the agony? Welcome to Biz Glitch 366 leap year. We've got all kinds of mistakes that we've made, other people have made, we've seen it. This is Biz Glitch number 81. It's March 21st, 2024. Linda Ray is going to talk about the glitch. She's going to talk about the goal. She's going to talk about the actionable item. And if there's any giveaways that come along with this, she's going to tell you about that. I'm just going to tell you to do one thing. Buy our merch. That's my job.
Glitch 81 is near and dear to our heart. Are you exercising boundaries with new clients and onboarding new clients and selecting new clients and discerning prospects with their own weird behaviors that might not match your process? But of course, you have to have a process to discern if they are breaching your boundaries. And people just think like, oh, if somebody wants to buy from you, that you should bend over backwards because they're going to give you money and that will build your business.
No.
It's not.
No.
It's not.
No. I was on the phone this morning, speaking of 2020, 2021, 22, where we built a successful business assisting small businesses to obtain federal pandemic relief financing, $70 million worth. And one of the very first clients who hired us to apply for the loan owns a small kind of grocery convenience store outside of Boston. I was on the phone with him this morning, and he was telling me how a customer was complaining about the price of an item. You know, he's like, this is cheaper at the other store around the corner. And our client was kind of befuddled as to how to respond to that. He's like, well, I'm paying $9,000 rent. That guy around the corner is not paying. I said, yeah, that's not what you should be thinking. I said to him, what you need to be thinking is that person complaining about the price
is not your audience, not your customer.
Draw a fine line, a bold line around that person, create a boundary, and understand that person will never get you value.
Yeah, we've done videos. We've done a couple videos on price versus value and how people will pay your price if they understand your value.
All day long.
If you are sharing your clear messaging, which was also another glitch.
There's so many. In fact, there's a finite number, though, 366. So what's the goal?
The goal is to determine an onboarding checklist of things that are red flags, okay? Because sometimes we make the red flags pink because they're like, oh, that's not so bad. Oh, that won't be forever.
It's either red or it's not.
Exactly. So you want to make a checklist of things like, are they responsive? Are they demonstrating a level of helplessness that could indicate you're never going to make them happy? Were they miserable before and potentially just going to transfer that to you?
One of the things I like to do with boundaries is to create small tests.
The Trevor method.
That the prospect or the customer has to pass the test because actions speak louder than words. I don't want to call it an obstacle course because that's not what it is. But it is a series of boundaries, a series of tests to help you as the business owner understand the quality of the prospect, that they really understand our value.
Tests is kind of like a funky word to me, whereas I think what you mean is we can't just say, oh, you want to hire us? Sure, come on in. It's not how it works. There's certain things. There's an onboarding. There's an interview. There's questions. They have questions. You have questions. You're interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you. So I think test is such a hard word.
I think test is the right word, though. We have a live chat bot when somebody comes into the live chat. And people come into our website all day, all night long. And the chat bot asks them certain questions to lead into the next field and the next field. And yes, we've had a couple of folks try to game the chatbot by putting in an incomplete phone number or an incorrect name or an incorrect answer to a question,
or an incorrect
because
email.
They just want to get
free
to us to give them the free advice.
Free.
And we see it for what it is. It's the test. It's a filter. It's a boundary.
It's a filter. See, filtering it's semantics, okay?
So filter is kinder and gentler.
Yeah.
But when I was a mortgage banker and I created the Trevor method, I was literally testing the prospect.
Yeah.
If I was on the phone, somebody called me and said, oh, my best friend told me to call you about getting a mortgage to buy a house. I would say, okay, as soon as we disconnect the call, can you please text me your full name and your email address for you and anybody else that's involved in the buying of the house. Now, I could easily have just written it down.
Yes.
But that's not what the purpose of it was.
That
By
was
my
the task.
assigning the task, okay, maybe task is the better word. By assigning the task to the prospect, I could test how long it would take. Because the people who are serious and who know about your reputation and
They're doing
value,
it on the phone.
usually they're saying to me, I just texted it to you while you're still talking.
Yeah.
So why are you still talking, Trevor? Shut up, Trevor.
Let's get to the actual item, shall we? The actual item is we have a 6-minute podcast on how to select prospects carefully. You don't want to have to be in a position where you have to fire clients, which we've had a glitch about that too. That is a thing.
It'll happen, but you want to minimize
those
that
experiences,
risk, minimize those experiences, and increase the quality of the folks you're speaking to. You will have such a much more pleasurable experience in the sales cycle.
Now, 6 minutes, we are listenable at a 2.0 playback speed. That's only 3 minutes. And that was when things were really raw for us. Again, we have Simple Sense for Small Business has been around since 2021 when we were really knee deep in raw feelings about running our business.
We didn't have cool gear like we have now,
No, we were in the car on the phones.
The microphones and the podcasting. Oh, I can't lift it up. The podcasting equipment. And the point is, like we always say, and we talk about it in some of the other glitches, when it comes to marketing or getting something done, sometimes getting it done, even with the simplest tools, the simplest methods possible, is more important than spending money and wasting time.
The starting to celebrate the progress. See you tomorrow. And if you want to become a glitch guru,
Glitch guru?
cut.
Guru!